Hi, it's been a while since we've talked, and I thought I'd kind of come back and have a chat with you a little bit. Tell you what I think maybe we can all do together. The first thing I need to talk about, obviously, is our situation in the present day, where whatever we're in a month into this, bit of a chaos, and it's disturbing, it's unsettling. There's uncertainty, there's vulnerability. And there's kind of almost a hypervigilance. It almost resembles a fight or flight response. So all of us are kind of in a struggle on different levels. We may have uncertainty about our health, uncertainty about our financial situation, uncertainty about interpersonal relationships. For the time being, we need to kind of just understand a little bit and recognize, believe in, honor the compliance aspect of this. I think we're all doing that. And I think that's important because it's like that saying, it's not me, it's we. One of the interesting things is this is universal. Now we all feel vulnerable on some level. We all know what vulnerability is, individually, but yet collectively. So it can wake us up to the understanding, at least, that anyone and everyone at any time can be uncomfortable. Doesn't matter our age, doesn't matter our status, doesn't matter anything about our financial situations, doesn't matter anything about our individuality. We're now sensing that we're all vulnerable. So there's like that silver lining of understanding there. But for right now, I think the most important thing is to stay with whatever the compliance aspects are of weathering this and making our way through. And we will make it through. And we will probably be changed. We don't know how we'll re-enter. But one of the things I like to do is to structure Zoom conference meetings in which all we do together is meditate. There'll be 30-minute sessions. I'll do 2 a week. I'll invite myself to your home, and you'll invite yourself to my home, and we'll do a group meditation. There are many hundreds of you that will be invited, and you'll be able to invite your friends, relatives, or anyone else that you think might benefit. The value of doing it together is that we'll generate a certain kind of universal coherence. At the same time, we'll generate, each of you individually, a kind of a foundation to deal with the psycho-emotional architecture, which is the aspect of our lives that's really under duress. It's the one that really triggers and charges. Even in everyday normal life, that's what's happening. We all function with a kind of a mini PTSD. Maybe we're not clinically diagnosed, but we're all hypervigilant and somewhat anxious and tense. This is the way of the 21st century. We're overloaded and overwhelmed. But we generally can exercise our individuality to make achievement and generate some kind of what we think is fulfillment. But now we see under this circumstance that there's something else that we need to gather from within. You know, you've heard me call it inner peace, and that sounds mundane. Well, inner peace can be incredibly vibrant and dynamic. But in order for each individual and collectively for us to have a little bit of that platform, we have to uncover, enliven, and expand it. And one of the things in my teaching is the systematic daily meditation. That's the practice. Putting it in, doing your hours of activity, and then doing it again. So one of the benefits of the Zoom conference is I can refresh you. Even if you haven't meditated in a long time, you've forgotten a little bit about the technique, I'll refresh the principles for you. That'll be a big contribution. And the other thing is that if you've been meditating all along, this will be an exercise of a kind of elevation. There'll be some elevated experience in which you can feel the growth of this stability and at least declutching from the anxiety and tension. That's a universal one now, but there are individual ones all over every day. They've been that way for a long time. So we get to declutch that system that's been under a lot of duress and stress and is responding in stressful ways, almost prehistorically. And we organize our nervous system in these sessions to reflect a coherence, a stability, so that these qualities and characteristics of loving kindness, compassion, tolerance, equanimity, that we tend to try to practice a lot, which is okay, but they're there already. We just have to uncover, enliven, and expand them. And they're aspects of our own wakefulness, not the intellect. Take wakefulness away from that. So it's not an intellectual approach with me, it's experiential. So I love to have you engaged with me for as long as we need to be. You'll be invited. I hope you can come into my house and me into yours. So you'll get a Zoom notification. There'll be standardized times, probably a Wednesday evening and a Sunday morning, something like that. 30 minutes of meditation, me just taking you in, bringing you out, and saying goodbye. So I look forward to participating together for our individual selves and collectively for all of us. I'm sending you lots of love and lots of blessings. We'll come out of this. We want to come out with a stronger inner integrity centered around a very dynamic inner peace. Okay. Bye-bye. See you. Look for the notifications. Bye.